yeah, oh yeah.
And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
Yeah. Let the truth be told. Want the truth, you came to the right show. Yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and DJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date, and you know it's nothing but love and no hate. LP Reese gave us the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
From the front line of that march, to my left, marched Jose Williams holding his ball. I marched next to him. Mrs. King marched next to me. Dr. King marched next to her. On the way to the Capitol, to hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform, looked out over that sea of humanity, and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. After having gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices, not all seemed
Yes. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. What's going on, everybody out there? Thankful to be here on this Wednesday, on this Wellness Wednesday, however you want to call it, wind down. This the middle of the week. The Lineage Podcast is here once again. Every week we are here. We've been pretty consistent here, even though our schedules are getting busy. We've been pretty consistent. That's what I'm talking about. I hope everybody had a great holiday, and we're getting back in the swing of things. And you know, after Thanksgiving, Christmas coming right up. So once you blink, it's Christmas, and then it's New Year. So we appreciate everybody that's joining us. I know what we do every time before we get started. You know, we got to let everyone know what's going on. This is just a couple of things that we have going on. If you do not have the book Self and Self-Sacrifice, get that book. It's the autobiography of Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese, written by himself and Miss Kathy M. Walters. Get that book. You don't want to not have this in your collection. Also, if you have not booked the FD Reese Historical Tour, it's on TripAdvisor, and it's on Viator. Book the tour. It is an unorthodox tour. Me and my brother host it, and we take you to different areas of the movement, pretty much different landmarks that our grandfather was instrumental in when it comes to pertaining to the voting rights movement in Selma, Alabama. So book that tour if you have not booked that tour. If you do not have your FD Reese wear, your History on Apparel wear, whatever you want to call it, we have different types of apparel with different creative things that's on the shirts, socks, leggings, hoodies, hats. We got it all. Pads, computer mouse pads, and all of that. Go to www.historyonapparel.com and get whatever you need, your shirt and whatever. And then when we have events, man, you come with your History on Apparel shirt, and that'd be great. So we appreciate y'all, everybody that's been supporting us. Also, the Artifacts Library Tour, and I know Angel's gonna get me. I know we're gonna be at the Ellenwood County Library off of Lion Crescent River Road 23rd. On December the 23rd. We will be there December the 23rd. I don't know the times. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, it's 10. We start 10:30 to 1:30 or something like that, 10:30 to 2:30. Okay. I'm gonna make sure she could. She might. I don't think she's gonna be on today. I'll make sure I have the dates for you next week, but that's in about 3 to 4 weeks. So we'll keep y'all updated on that. The Artifacts Library Tour is basically we're going around to different libraries hosting, showing artifacts. There's 8 artifacts that we're showing from the voting rights movement and the communication of our grandfather and the different players in the voting rights movement. The communication and see, a lot of people think that, hey, Black people just showed up in Selma, Alabama, walked across the bridge, they got beat, and then 2 weeks later they walked Selma to Montgomery. You are very, very misunderstood. Very, very misunderstood, because it was a strategic order. It was everything from top to bottom. We have the paperwork, we have the artifacts, and it showed that they were doing movement, they were doing things way before 65. So 8 to 9 years before that. So it led up pretty much 1965 was the finale right before the Voting Rights Act was passed. So we go through all of that on our tour, but also on our historical tour in Selma, Alabama. But also what we do is on the Artifacts Library tour, we break down the timeline and show those events that happen and break the timeline. And I must say, I feel honored to be able to be attached to a part of legacy that no one else knows, that you haven't heard before. And we are the one that controls the narrative and the story. And we just don't tell you lies, man. We got receipts to back it up.
The truth and nothing but the truth.
Facts, man. So if you haven't had a chance to see us at one of the libraries, I think this will be our fourth one in December, fourth or third one. Third. Then come out and we'll keep y'all, because we have another one in January. I think we at Gresham Library again.
But we're actually doing a tour giveaway too.
That's right.
So we'll have more information on that though.
Yeah, because we do toys for tots, and so we're gonna kind of collaborate that with the Artifacts Library tour on December 23rd. So make sure y'all be there, check it out. We'll keep y'all posted. Before we go any further, you already know what time it is. First Nurse Kimberly Reese is out doing First Nurse duty. So she left the video. Y'all know what time it is. She always leave us with her health segment and the facts, and we're going to do that. And do not go nowhere, because we got a couple of topics we're gonna discuss, and we want to hear y'all input and see y'all input. Hey, if you want to be on camera, please just let me know in the chat, and I'll send you the link. You can pop on right up in here. So we'll First Nurse Kimberly Reese health segment, and then we will be right back. So don't go nowhere.
Hello, happy Wellness Wind Down Wednesday. This is your First Nurse Kimberly coming to give you a weekly dose of health information and tips. With Thanksgiving coming and going, we are officially in the holiday season. According to the UC Davis Health article, the holidays can be a time for joy and connecting with friends and loved ones, but they can also bring stress, anxiety, and depression. Within this article, a clinical neuropsychologist discusses ways and gives advice for taking care of your mental health during the holidays. One of her tips is connecting with your community. She states that loneliness has a negative health effect. The holidays can amplify loneliness, especially when people no longer have family or live far away from their family or friends. Ways to connect with your community are through churches, clubs, meetups, volunteering, cultural centers, and many others. The psychiatrist states that finding community is hard these days, but it is so important. You talk to people, interact, and get to feel good about what you are doing. And it is also good for you, she states. Along with the stress, the holidays can be a time of grief, as people are aware of loved ones who have passed away. One strategy that Angela Drake, psychologist, recommends is known as reminisce therapy. This is the idea to acknowledge loss and grief, but not dwell on the sad memories, but instead just focus on the happy memories. American Psychiatric Association also mentioned ways on how to cope with holiday stress. One way on how to cope with holiday stress is practice mindfulness and meditation. You can pray and meditate within the Word of God. The other tip that was mentioned is it's okay to just say no. This prevents burnout. The next tip is to take a break. When situations become stressful and intense, it is okay to take a break and remove yourself. Also, get some fresh air and sunlight. This holiday season, you can also avoid financial stress. You can avoid financial stress by budgeting and focusing on celebrating together, sharing affection by being present, engaging, and supporting each other. Instead of trying to buy everyone a gift, consider pulling names. And instead of expensive gifts, consider homemade items such as baked goods or handcrafts that may carry special meaning to those receiving them. Last but not least, remember, if you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, text or call 988. Help can be reached 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Remember, throughout your day, try to remember to show love by sharing a hug or even just smiling. You never know who needs it. Happy holidays, everyone.
Nice.
If you courageous, we got one for you. Reese, what you talking about? We paying respect to the ones before us. Okay, let's get it. It was 8 people who stood against injustice. They called them crazy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let me introduce you to the courageous 8. Yeah.
I got the mind and the muscle, with the grind and the hustle. I never back down, it's a habit. No adversity, I accept the challenge.
Welcome back. Go ahead. You about to say something?
Oh no, I was sitting here looking at my son airplane. I just found out, I'm like, this boy always making something.
Hey, welcome back to the Latest Podcast. Listen, appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese breaking that down for us. Hey, we know around this time, man, around the holiday time, parents, mamas and daddies and grandparents, they get real stressed out, man. You know, they are trying their best to do what they can for their children and getting family together and fellowship and everything. But First Nurse Kimberly Reese really gave us some helpful tips to not how to be stressed and preserving our mental health in this time, because the holiday season is a stressful time, man. It is the most stressful time, period. I know I've always heard that when they survey people, they say the holidays is the most stressful time. So
I think we as a people have to learn that you shouldn't go into debt during the holidays, man. I know you like to see the smiles on your kids' faces, but the true value of the holidays is to really show how important family is, MJ.
that's right.
It's people that were with us last year that's not with us this year.
That's right, man.
The greatest gift you can teach your kids is the culture of enjoying your family members, your sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, cousins, extended family, man. Get to know your family.
That's right.
Stop by a family member home that you hadn't seen in a while. Call one of your family members, man, especially the ones who you know has lost loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
If even though you're still family, but they lost their mother, father, or son, daughter, sister, or brother. It's about family. We got to stop going in debt, being stressed about giving presents. That does not bring happiness. It only for a moment puts a smile on a child's face. The greatest thing you give your child is structure, MJ.
That's
it's
fact.
Not presents. It's not.
That's fact.
You know.
And let's keep it 1,000. Most of the presents we buy our kids, man, they play with them December 25th through 31st.
That's right.
Once January hit, they really don't think about it no more. We had a good 5-day satisfaction for the parents. But I understand that you want to get your kids the best of everything. Sometimes we try to compensate what we didn't have, and that's a natural. It's a natural thing, but we got to understand, right? As we get older,
MJ,
those kids, they would rather they'll trade those toys and those game systems in for the love and the support from they.
We got to stop trying to give our kids everything that we did not have.
Give them something we had.
Give them something we had, and that's sometimes going without because that builds character.
That's right.
We tend to give our kids everything that they want. It does not build character. It builds brats.
That's right. Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, that's a good segue into our first topic. This show is called Provision, Providing, and Parenting. So we're kind of talking about all three. So this is going to touch on the parenting side. I know this video has went out and this father and son has kind of made amends, for lack of better words, if you will. But we'll play this video and we'll get y'all opinions on this about parenting and everything and certain things that y'all might do different, or your opinions on this video. So we'll look at this video and then we'll get into it.
You're upset. You're mad. You can't. You can't. I know. I know you. 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 Ain't no mystery about here. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and your family. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. Man, what is she talking about?
Get off me. Man, get off me.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't you can do with me.
You're upset. You're mad.
Yes, that was T.I. and his son King. If you don't know, of course, we know who T.I. is. He's an Atlanta rapper. T.I.P. one of the prominent rappers in Atlanta, and he has really been successful with himself. But he has children. This is his. He has two sons that rap. One is a musician. His youngest she's singing. She has a great voice, and his oldest, she was in the OMG Girls. She's singing also. So they're all into music. But if I must be frank, King is the one that's kind of a little bit mischievous, outspoken, and the one that is a little bit emotionally unstable, for lack of a better word. Because if you remember the show, they had a show, I think it was called Family Hustle. King was always the one that would get into his emotions. I remember one episode, he wanted to drop out of school to do music and all of that. If you haven't seen that on the internet, where T.I. was telling his grandmama and mother stop coddling him, he's one of the ones that's kind of emotionally unstable, and he cries at the drop of a dime. So it has transferred, and now that he's older, he has gotten into it with Waffle House employees and things of that nature. So in this video, this was last Sunday. They were out in Atlanta. It was the 50th. They were celebrating some. So T.I. was there, Jermaine Dupri.
It was at the Falcons game.
Right.
The Falcons were celebrating, the Atlanta Legends game. And that's what's going on.
Right. And so if you don't know a little backstory, King used to like to go over his grandmother's house when he was younger. He even said when they used to film the show, he would go to his grandmama's house, and then when they film the show, he'll come home, film, and then go back there. So for lack of better words, he has been spoiled to the point where he kind of has gotten his way, for lack of better words, throughout his childhood. But so I said all that to kind of get into this. He said he stand on his business, and what he meant by that was, he ain't scared of none. He wants to have the reputation somewhat of his dad. His dad had to get it out the mud. And throughout this journey, his dad has constantly reminded him, son, you do not have to do that. You do not have to get in the mud. You haven't had to do the things that I had to do to become what I am today. And he's trying to avoid that. So in your opinion, we can ask a plethora of questions. If you was the father, we're only looking at this as a vacuum. If your son did you like that, what is the bigger picture of where you see the problem is with King? Because this is not the first incident with him.
See, my thing is,
say what you want to say.
If AJ would have done me like that, I would be in jail and AJ would be 6 feet under. I wish my son would have the audacity to brush up at his father, especially a father that has been in his life, and that has done his part as a father. Yeah. Now, I see a couple of things wrong with this situation. I hear a couple of things. I hear some things that parenting, I might be looking at T.I. and Tiny like, y'all should not have allowed that boy to be at his grandmother's house so long. What I would say is this, man. Grandparents do grandparents' jobs. That their job is to spoil a child.
Correct.
They raise their children.
Mhm.
I can see the difference between how my mom and dad is with Faith and AJ. Some of the things they get away with, I would have got knocked in the mouth, and really got in trouble. And they make so many excuses for Faith and AJ.
Ooh, especially G Mama. My bad. Especially
G Mama really. And hell no, MJ. Sometimes dad would come to me.
No,
And
I know, but I'm saying
G Mama do it right there.
Yeah, G Mama has a way different identity.
Yeah, you know, they give some great excuses that they would not allow for us to partake in. So it is very important that parents have to be that wall, MJ. And when the parent is not that wall, this is what you get. And so I got to look at T.I. and Tiny. This is what you get when you allow your child to be with grandmama who gonna spoil them. You get a child that don't know when to shut his mouth, that's overly emotional, and that's a brat. And that's exactly what King is.
Yeah,
he's a brat. He couldn't walk one day in T.I. shoes in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Not one day you want to be like your dad. No, homie. You people respect you and probably ain't done nothing to you because of your daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So parenting, I got to kind of say, I don't know. I think sometimes as parents, we can't get so far out there on what we're doing that we forget to raise our kids. And then sometimes as parenting, we tend and you know, we used to get on mom and dad with Fred. Oh, y'all just baby Fred. It seems like as they get older and as they go down the line the furthest, the easier they get with the kids.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you get the structure as his oldest daughter, his oldest son, the middle son. But then when you start into that second tier, that's where King start, and then you got Major. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the youngest one. I guarantee the raising is a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what it comes from. But at the end of the day, that young man is old enough to know that I have good parents and I need to respect my parents, bro. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the most alarming thing with me. Even I mean, we are human. We can get emotional, but I'm 40, man, and I would say if I was getting kind of out of line and my volume was getting raised and he was cursing in front of him, I don't do that in front of my mom and daddy today. When my mama approached me and say, "Hey, be quiet," I'm gonna do that.
Be quiet.
I'm gonna be quiet. And then his dad trying to step in, if my dad stepped in, I'm gonna be quiet. Whether I'm gonna be honest, whether I agree with them at that particular time or not.
But MJ goes, it's a difference. See this, and you know me, the reverend in me have to say that.
Yeah.
The word of God says, "Children, obey your parents." That's when you're a child.
Right.
But then the word says, "Honor thy mother and thy father, that your days shall be long." See, when he's talking about honoring, he's talking about when you are an adult.
Right.
And when you disagree with your parents, it's a way to respect them and disagree. And at that time, what King should have done to even if he disagreed with his parents, is to be quiet. Respect your parents, honor them, honor your parents. And he should have been quiet. That would have been a way he could have honored his mother and father, MJ, in that moment. It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. I'll read some of the comments. Okay. I don't know what Penny said true out. It was at 7:20, so I can't remember. Tristan said there's one in every family. Jeff said, I want to know what kind of shoes you need to wear to stand on business. Tristan said my man was showing his behind in his dad's suite at a football game. Facts. Talking about he stand on big that his dad's suite at the Falcons game. Kim said, I think that King is trying to find himself.
There's a woman,
his true self-identity within society.
See, I'll go help you find yourself.
But Kim said she also said he should have not disrespected them though.
MJ, we can give an excuse he's trying to find, so we finna find something.
Yeah, somebody get found.
Somebody get found.
Yeah.
And what's about to get found? I don't know if you find yourself
your body,
but something about to get found. You know what I'm saying? Some respect finna get found.
Yeah, you finna find Jesus.
Man, MJ, man, you don't do that. You don't do MJ. You don't do it.
Kim said I'm not giving him any excuses. That's what's up. Hey, look, I remember, and I know we tell these stories. These are stories that the family kind of tell. I remember my Auntie Violet. I know she's not watching, but look, Auntie Violet, I remember one day we was in, I think it was called Ryan's Den.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And if you know our grandfather, it don't matter where we are, we're gonna bless this food, right?
Bless the food.
The food gonna get blessed. So we are in Ryan's, y'all. And when I tell you, I think it was peak time on
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
After church, okay.
After church, right? So granddaddy used to always like to stand up, hold hands, and say the blessing, right?
That's right. That's right.
Now, if you know Ryan's, it's Golden Corral. So think about that. At Sunday at its peak, plates are crackling, forks and spoons are crashing, cups and ice machines are loud. And so granddaddy was like, shall we stand and pray, right? So we all stand and hold the hand because we know what time it is. And my Auntie Violet, she's always the one that's going to speak up. And she was like, and she has some great points. Well, Daddy, you know, we don't need to stand up and pray. All this noise going on, everything.
We could just say our individual prayers.
Say our individual prayers, whatever. And granddaddy will always listen to you. He'll hear you out, look in your eyes. You'll almost think that you almost got him and going to change his mind, but that don't happen. He looked at Auntie Violet. He paused after she said all of her suggestions. He paused for like 10 seconds, and then he looked at us and said, shall we pray?
And he prayed.
And he prayed. We blessed the food through all of that, all of the ice machines and everything. But I said that to say this. Even though Auntie Valerie disagreed with Granddad,
she was quiet.
In that moment, she honored him.
She honored him.
You get what I'm saying?
You can remember when Uncle Ed honored him that time, the fence at the house fell. And remember, he wanted us to help him pick up the fence. We were visiting, we was in Selma, and we went over to the fence and we picked the fence up. And Uncle Ed, he didn't want us to pick it up. He said, well, Dr. Reese, you know, if we pick it might fall over in the street. Yeah. And you know, the boat, it might hit a car, it might hit somebody, you know. Uncle Ed gave great points, and we kneeling down because we already know what FD finna do. We holding one fence and looking up at Granddad. We looked at Uncle Ed, and when Uncle Ed got done talking, we looked at Granddad, and Granddad said, stand it up. Stand it up. Stand it up. And when we stood it up, everything that Uncle Ed said happened. The boat went everywhere, the fence started leaning and all that. And then Granddad said, now set it down. And then we honor Granddad. We didn't say, Granddad, he told you that it wasn't gonna happen. What we do, we set it down. What we do, MJ, we walk back to the house.
Right in the house.
Something, you know, people just don't know how to respect their parents and grandparents, MJ.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. And see, we come up in the days when we got whooped. I remember Mama whooping me. Remember when we stayed off Buford Highway and I got in trouble at school.
Good God.
Cherry Hills Apartments.
Yes, sir.
Highway, Montclair Elementary. I'll never forget this behind whooping that I got at the beginning of the apartment complex, all the way to the back because we stayed in W.
That's right.
And it started at A. So, man, I was acting up in school, and Mama met me at the bus stop, and my dumb behind got off the bus last. And on the way home, I'm telling MJ what I did. I said, I did this. The teacher called home. MJ capping me, blowing my head. I'm like, man, you might not be in trouble. Francis Reese was at the bus stop with the belt in her hand.
With the belt
in her hand, MJ. See, this is what King needed.
Yeah.
King needed.
He needed that.
Francis Marie Reese whooped me all the way from the beginning of that bus stop all the way to the back.
Yep.
W in the house.
In the house.
And this is the thing, you think anybody said stop whooping that boy?
Not at all.
And every child looked at me while I got my behind whooped. One time Marvin Reese came up to Chapel Hill in his shorts and long johns.
At the school.
Chapel Hill Middle School, junior high, I'll never forget it. I was acting up then. Daddy came up to the school. Boy, he came up there with the belt, with his shorts on, with some long johns, with some work boots on.
Yep.
To tag my behind. Mama and them days of parenting is what these kids need, LJ.
That's facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they need, bro.
And I think because you know some parents they may disagree. Like, you know, me, I got whoops. I didn't get many.
Nah, you didn't get as much as me.
I ain't getting much as Allen. Yeah, I ain't getting much as Allen, but you know, most of them I got I deserve. But I'll be honest, those whippings really it made me the man I am today. And I think, and I know parents, you know, because a lot of the bad parents have spoiled it for the good parents. They're just trying to teach structure and discipline.
That's right.
Because there are parents that have been those whoopings help, and I think if we bring a little bit of that back, man, it'll be good. And hold on.
Hey, I remember boy.
Penny said I was saying true to giving your kids everything makes back. Yes, 100%. Tristan, you know he didn't been around the fam for a minute, because look at this. I'll never forget Big Marvin paddle.
LJ, remember that paddle, LJ?
You know the paddle.
You don't realize my daddy had a paddle.
Real wood.
Rip. You go
2x4 solid.
Listen, man, and I know we talk about whoopings, but look, my dad used to swing that paddle so hard, your booty be purple black. Hey, you go to school and try to sit down, you trying to sit on top of your back because you can't sit on your butt, bro. Listen, y'all.
Hey, and Marvin was swinging that paddle like he was swinging that thing like Hank Aaron, boy.
He was
coming around. That thing down.
Daddy brought that paddle out, boy. It was on.
It's over with.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you said, look at them trophies over there.
Look at them trophies on the stand. He'd be like 5 licks, and then you be thinking, I can take that 5. You get the 2, you about to die, boy.
I know I need it. I think our parents did a good job in learning and understanding the temperament of the child.
Yeah,
you didn't need. Be honest with you, with your temperament, you was a good child, this and that. Mm-hmm. So you didn't need the whooping. See, me, I was rambunctious.
Yeah.
So I needed that type of correction, bro, because talking wasn't gonna get me.
Yeah. Y'all don't understand how Allen was as a child, man.
So you had to get that belt or that powder to put something for me to feel that pain, for me to act right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But those type of parenting is what needed. You had to have responsible. You had to have parents that are responsible in whooping or corrective behavior given to their child, bro.
That's real. Jeff, you're 100% right, man. Those who spare the rod hate their children, but those who love them are diligent to discipline them.
That's right.
A lot of times we think that the tough love, the discipline is hating. Mm-hmm. But 100% right, Jeff. Those who spare the rod, those are the ones who really hate their children.
That's right.
Because our job as parents is to raise them up so they can be successful.
It's nothing to like us. It's when we have to learn that. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I love my babies, man. Talking to them, you just get a soft spot for them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because they genuinely love you, man. Mm-hmm. And I know that feeling, but at the same time, you got to understand that it's not my job to be my child's friend.
It's not
my job for my child to like me.
No.
But I guarantee this love that I'm giving them, even with these whoopings, when they grow up and they hit what you call life as an adult, they're gonna appreciate the structure that the parent has given them.
That's right.
That's my job, MJ.
That's facts.
It's my job,
And then whooping, it also teaches because sometimes we got to feel it physical, man. I hate to say it like this, and if I say this on a bigger platform, I get pushback. But sometimes I think we got to feel a little bit of that physical pain to really understand it, because a lot of things are just not morally. Oh, I'm gonna take your Sega Genesis. We had the Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that away from it. But sometimes kids can get immune to that, my dog. We can you can take that Sega and they'll be like, "Bet I don't care. I do something else." You know what I'm saying? But when you feel that fear, that physical fear, that was it. 100% right, Jeff. My mom's favorite saying was, ain't one of your little friends.
That's right.
100%. 100%. So I agree with what you said, man. With King, he needed a little bit of that old school.
That's what he needed. And now Dad got to fight him now.
Right. Now Dad got to put them hands on him.
Put them hands on him now.
I put them hands on him.
He ain't gonna learn no type of way.
Right.
Either T.I. gonna put them hands on it or the streets gonna put them hands on. And guess what? They ain't gonna know when to stop.
Right. Right. Charlene said, I think every mother said that, Jeff. Oh yeah, Charlene. I know Mama said that. I know Mama Emma said that. I know she said that. I know she pulled that out the bag plenty of times. Yeah, Jeff, you're right. Too many parents trying to be friends with their kids. Yeah, I ain't your friend. I'm not your friend. Yeah, I wonder where AJ get that mouth from. Yeah, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I guess.
Yeah, well, AJ get that mouth from me. Hey, for Thanksgiving we in Selma, and we were around on Jack and on Peggy, man. They were just saying, boy, it's just like living you all over again, Alan. his questions, he talking, this and that. She was like, this Alan all over again.
We're gonna go to our next topic. I remember, bro, we were talking kind of today. We saying what? Hold on, let me go. We were talking about provision, providing, and parenting, but we're talking about provider.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked, what is a provider? Now I got a couple of things I'll read right quick to kind of bring it into full circle. Provider, where we at? We'll go to this. It says, but if a man makes no provision for those, this the word now. This 1 Timothy 5 and then 8. It's in context. But if a man makes no provision for those depending on him, and especially for his own family, he has disowned the faith and is behaving worse than an unbeliever. And it also says a man is called a servant leader to take responsibility for his wife and children and to put their needs ahead of his own. He is called to demonstrate selfless, sacrificial love, the type of love we see in God towards children. That's a little bit about providing, because I wanted to bring that because I think we have lost the essence and the definition of what a provider is in the context of family. Now, I read the definition of providing on the condition of understanding of the definition. Make available for use, equip or supply someone with, to present or yield, make adequate preparation for, and this is one right here that we're going to kind of discuss on. Supply sufficient money to ensure the maintenance of. When we say sufficient money to ensure the maintenance of, we're going to kind of stay in that context of what a provider is, because I think with today's climate, provider, he has to have the house, the car, the $75,000 car. Right now, $500,000 house is $500,000 house is the going rate. He has this and that. So I want to bring that into context. Then I want to ask everybody on the chat, are you willing to build, or does it have to be move-in ready? One or the other.
I would like to elaborate on that.
Build. You want to build with someone, or is your provider sense move-in ready?
Well,
so go ahead, yeah.
Well, I would say this, man. When we talk about this, and I know I brought this to you about, because I hear a lot of women say in today's time men have to provide, and MJ, I 100% agree with that.
Yes, sir.
But what I like to look at is history, present day time, and future. History shows what I saw. When I go back in history, I saw men provide, but I saw men provide in a way as they grew. And women were more accepting of growing with him as he expands what he can provide. And then I thought about, you have needs and you have wants. Well, I look at old marriages, most of those marriages started out with, could that man provide the needs?
Okay.
I hear a lot of stories, and I go back and I talk to a lot of married people. And that's why I like to talk to. I don't like talking to single people. I like talking to married people. Yeah. And a lot of their stories is always the same. We started in a 1-bedroom apartment. Then we moved to a 2-bedroom apartment. Then we moved to a 3-bedroom apartment. Then we moved to a home, a big home. Then we sold that house and moved to a bigger home. What I'm saying is this, but that woman was willing to be with him in that 1-bedroom and work up. It's almost like, you leaving high school, then that 1-bedroom apartment is your associate's degree. Then she stay with him, and as he level up, then he get his bachelor's degree.
Facts.
And then he level up again, he gets his master's.
Mm-hmm.
And then he levels up again and gets his doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a lot of, in today's time, a lot of women tend to think that a man has to already have his doctorate when he finds his wife. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times I see that those marriages are not successful.
Mm-hmm.
I see the marriages that are successful when that man has a relationship and they get together as though he's just graduating from high school in that 1-bedroom apartment, and they're growing as his income. He might get a better job. He might get a promotion. He might start his own business. He might, whatever he might do. But then after, even though he's providing the needs, then he start getting the wants. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at first when they get married, it might be a used old school car. But then he graduates to pulling the plastic off a Honda. Mm-hmm. Then she pulled the plastic off a Mercedes. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is that they started a foundation of where they worked together and they moved up, and it's just what he's providing or what they're providing together. It just gets bigger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And a lot of times, sometimes I've seen people, the woman makes more money because my wife makes more money than me. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, and then he grows because she sees the potential. See, sometimes when we talk about potential, it's not about always finance. Is that man willing to take that promotion when you see him pivot and try to move up? See, she see potential in him. It's not you see him playing video games, he ain't doing that. That ain't no man with potential. Or how he is in the bedroom. That don't say he got potential. A man that'll stand and say, you know, I'm taking this $10 hour job, and then he see a $15 hour job, he go get it. Then he go see a $20 hour job, he go get it. Then 25. It's just like me. I was working on the dock.
Yeah.
You know, working on the dock, making a week what? $800, $900 a week. Now turn around, 25 to $3,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I'm leveling up.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And my wife has been consistent as I level up.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you look at us years later and you see the blessings, well, she's been with me since I can provide the bare minimum, the needs, and now I can provide the wants.
Exactly.
And that's a conversation married people need to start being combative against all these single people who always got something to say.
Right. And that's what I was gonna get to, bro. You hit it right on the head. Charlene, this is my wife, y'all. In my younger days, I was looking for move-in ready, but now I understand the personal building. I know she understands the personal building because Lord knows she had the boy. I ain't have a brick. I ain't have a brick to lay, man. I ain't have a brick. But what I will say, it takes a special person to be able to build with, though.
That's right.
Some people, I'm talking about women and men, some people don't have the mental capacity to be able to withstand the time it takes to let that man and that woman build together. Mm-hmm. Some women got the microwave mentality, and we understand to build, you got to have that crock pot in the oven, slow cooking mentality, because that's the best food right there. And so I would say building is always the best before moving ready, because moving ready, a lot of the times, those moving ready relationships, you'll see it's camouflaged with all of the things and all of the successes that they have obtained separately. And then when they try to come together, you realize why it don't work. Well, because the foundation, you're trying to build all these things on the roof. You're trying to go roof down, and we all know that don't work. So I 100% agree with you.
You got the I mentality, bro.
Yeah, wife, mom, grind said that is real. 100%. You're right.
I mentality, because you want to when you feel friction, you want to say I did this.
Correct.
And see, when you marry, it's about we. Move as a unit. My wife is my best friend.
Yeah.
See, me and Kim went through the gutter together.
Right.
See, we done went through the mud together. People don't know the struggles that we have. But guess what? Kim ain't never called me less of a man. She's already respected my grind. Regardless if my move was lateral or I move forward, or sometimes I made a decision that might have put us back.
Put it back, boy.
And I thought it was the right decision.
Yeah. But that's part of building, bro.
It's part of building, MJ.
That's part of building. And see, a lot of people don't understand that. See, they think building, okay, I get because when me and Charlene start talking, I was working in Ross stock room making $7.15 an hour. And Tristan on here. Yeah. We was sleeping on my friend Tristan, his floor.
Come on, bro.
Understand that.
Tell the journey, man. Tell the journey.
So what I'm saying is, and now, and Charlene, like you said, Charlene was always consistent. She was always holding a job, but she never made me feel less of a man. This is what I want to say. My mama taught me something. I don't know if mama remember this. This was this year. We was in mom and dad's house in the living room talking about something. We was like, and mama was like, she was saying to the notion of, if my husband wanna pretty much, if he want to do this and he want to work and he say we're gonna do this, she is going without a shadow of a doubt. And in my mind, I'm like, I can see why some women be like, well, I got to question that, or I got to see that. And then mama was like, if Marvin say we doing it, that's what we doing. But I'm tell you what that taught me. It's because daddy has showed her throughout the years that he can build.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because a lot of people think building, or you're gonna get this $10 hour job, then you're gonna get the $15 hour job, then you're gonna get the 20 and the 25. But guess what happens, dog? You'll get that $10 hour job, then you'll get that 15, life hit. Somebody lose a job. Now you got to go from 15 back to 8, and see what's gonna happen then with your partner when life been hit. And then now we feel like, okay, we got to take 2 steps back. We just took 1 forward. Right. Now we got to take 2 back. Is she still gonna trust you to say, or that man still gonna trust you to say, listen, we got this. We're gonna keep building. It's just this part of the journey.
Part of the journey, bro.
The journey. And so
that's what we missing. That's what we missing, men and women.
Right.
I'm gonna talk about the men.
Right.
The women. I'm gonna talk about the men too.
Thanks.
Because a lot of times we don't make our women feel comfortable in having conversations, then showing them and talking to them that things are going to be okay.
Right.
No, you talk to them and reassure them.
Yeah.
And actions got to speak that, bro.
Yeah. And let's be honest. And that's one, you're 100% right. And that's what men have to. We have to show. If we trying to build, you got to show women the flow plan and the blueprint now.
Yeah. What we doing? And guess and in the beginning, I was guilty of that. Not being able to articulate myself the plan. Yeah, I got to be able to take the plan from my mind.
That's right.
And she can't read my mind.
She can't read it. Right.
And articulate myself to my wife what the plan is. And this I feel like we should move. And then when it's time to pivot, me, even though I might have the vision, I got to be able to listen to her. Because she wanted to be successful, because she's a part of it.
Because I was just about to say that, because the right woman, hear what I'm saying. This for my fellas.
Come on now.
Show that woman, listen, show that woman that blueprint, show her the flow plan, show her the square footage. We building. This is what's going on. This is what we doing. Because guess what? At times when you building, because sometimes the man, we just be worried about that brick. We're trying to build that outside, that strength, right? But sometimes that woman know how to build that inside, right? So while we building that brick, she'll stop at, hey, now I like your plan, but I think if we expand this way with the square footage and this, then we can fit what needs to be fit inside. We can do that, and then it'll be more successful. And then guess what that man's supposed to do? He don't supposed to shut her out because sometimes we get tunnel vision. What he's supposed to do is see, okay, let me bring the plan back out. Let me bring the blueprint back out. Let me take a second look at it. Because my wife, she done said, hey, I think if we do this, wow, she done put her little emphasis in it. And I'm like, dang, that makes more sense.
That's right.
That make more sense.
That make more sense, yeah.
There we go. So now we're gonna roll that way. And the right woman will help you. Anytime I've told Charlene my plan, I promise you, my right hand on the Bible. Anytime I said, babe, I think we need to roll this way or try this or do that and that third. She immediately gets on it. She go research some. She'll help me with what you need, what you think we need. She'll send me stuff. And that's how it's supposed to be. When you're building together, you're supposed to be on one accord, moving in the same direction, man. And a lot of the times, because like you said, bro, a lot of men, we don't like to say, because we internalize a lot of stuff. We internalize it. That's right. Pain, because we don't want our woman to feel like we messing up or this, that, and the third. So we internalize a lot, but a lot of times we just don't understand. If we can get that communication right, the woman she will be on your side and she will understand that she'll have a more level of security and understanding and be really ready to ride with you longer.
Come on, LJ. Look, bro.
100%.
I know that my woman gonna ride with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We even with the black that we doing.
Yeah.
Hey man, we finna go spend 60,000 on truck. And I'm finna go out here and do Uber Black. See, I've been doing this, but then I'm trying to level up because I need my time. And see, one thing about our wives, they recognize what we're doing for our legacy, that we serious about it. We don't slack nowhere. We'll go to Selma, do a tour, and come back and go to work.
That's
and work 15 hours, drive 15 hours.
Right.
And so a woman that'll say, okay, I'm finna go put this money, get this truck. And this, I'm gonna bring in 4 times more than money I was bringing in.
Yeah.
Work less because I need my time.
There you go.
To do what I really need to do.
Right. There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? She say, run it.
Because think about this. This part of it. Because look, when we was building, this is part of it. A lot of people don't know me and Alan Journey. We sold our houses, we quit our jobs, we wanted to free our schedule up so we can do what we're doing for Granddad, to open up for tours and a lot of different things that we're doing. But the reason why, and I'll speak personally, the reason why I know it was easier for Charlene to transition and be like, yeah, babe, you got it, because she even motivated me when I had to leave my job. Y'all understand, I was making the most money I've made in my life. I think I was at $31 an hour. Y'all know, and then I had to, you know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that in another segment. But what I'm saying is, I showed myself approved in the first step when I was just doing Uber X. That's because right. what was happening, my goal was $75 a day, went to 100, then 150, and 200. So then when I said, he go to Black plan, then that made it be like, okay, well, we're gonna do this because you done showed your research, your plan, your executing, your judgment. You done showed that with the Uber X. So if I can have that same work ethic and mentality in this, then it's gonna be successful. And so 100%, Miss Janae said that, amen. She just tuned in. Think I missed a good one today. Come on in. Jeff said, a man can build a house, but a good woman makes it a home. 1,000%.
That's right.
1,000%. First note, Kimberly Reeves, money is fluid. It comes and goes. But a person with true character builds a solid foundation, which leads to legacy and wealth. Kim, copy and paste that somewhere. Right. That's a good one now. That's a good one now. Man. Charlene, you're right, babe. Food. I was delivering food first.
And I remember I told you, man, pick up them folks, man.
Alan was like, hey, man, you need to start picking them.
This is what we do every day, all day. We talk to each other. Give each other play. When we get a better answer, hey, man, hey, it work. Try this. Try this. We'll start looking at them blacks like, man, hey, we keep seeing the LMs riding on the ATL. What is this?
What's going on?
So MJ caught the Tesla and I caught the Denali.
Yeah.
Then our wives was right with us.
Right with us.
Hey,
right with us.
And we went to work and we quadrupled what we used to make on X. But it's not, and see what it don't come easy. It's the work ethic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about work ethic. When I was on the dock, I used to leave Selma from doing a tour, drive from Selma back to Atlanta, sleep in the parking lot at ABF, and go there and do 12 hours.
Right.
See, that work ethic don't change.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk, MJ. And then I understand that certain situations are just gateways to what God is trying to do for you.
That's fact.
You never know the people that done jumped in my truck. I done got the producer of the Wiz in my truck and gave me free tickets to the Wiz. But guess what? That's a relationship I got now.
That's right.
Now they on their personal number that they hit me up because of my character, then I talk about what I'm doing outside of this truck. Guess what? Then they want to attach themselves to me. Well, guess what? Now my truck that I already love to drive, it has become a gateway to help me with my legacy.
That's right, man.
When you allow God to use you, and when you think about a plan and you marry the right person, instead of trying to do it by yourself and trying to do I find you a partner that's ready to run the play with you. Right. Guess what? It makes things easier because you got a partner.
But then let's go deeper. I know we preaching tonight, man. I know we are. Let's go deeper. For you to be able to get that right woman. See, this is and that Kim, you 100%. Again, the character equals legacy. That's where I'm going. For you to be able, it take more work to get that woman that's gonna be by your side and ride with you through the hard times. It take more work to do that than it takes to get all the money. Then when you get a woman that, see, what happens is the men that gets the money and then gets the woman, his value is tied too much to one thing. So it is hard for a woman, a good woman, bad woman, to see his true value. That's right. Because his value is the bigger percentage is tied to the money. That's right. Right. But if you can get a woman that can value, that's what you right, Kim, your character. The character, boy. Then when she can value that character, when that money comes, but that thing sweet as sweet potato pie,
she's gonna benefit from it.
She's gonna benefit more than, guess what, in the man's mind. Not only see the woman he get when he get the money, yeah, he may love her, he may cherish her, 1,000%. But I guarantee you that money, the man that got that woman when he didn't have the money, when he get the money, like Tyree said on the credit card is always open.
That's right.
Because he is gonna be more willing to give the woman that been riding with him. He's going to be more willing to have the doors are open for you.
Because you know why, MJ? Because he know if he lost it that day, that she's going to be with him tomorrow.
She's going to be with him tomorrow.
And that's at the end of the day, it's not tied to. So when you are free with something, your hands are open. It comes and goes. He knows regardless of what long as I still got my character,
right,
that she going to be with me. And that's the thing, bro.
That's right.
That's right. And that's why we as married people have to share this message, man, because we all out of whack. We listen to these different podcasts that everybody's single, but they got all the answers.
All the answers.
And all they do, they talk about, all you see the men talking about the women and the women talking about the men, and none of them are with anyone. So it's time for us as people that are married and women that are married to get on here and say, man, that gibberish they talking, that's a bunch of BS. This how it works.
I think I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I think if more women, if they got on a podcast, more married women got together and did things like, this is what you need to do to get a husband. This is what you need to do to connect yourself to a long-term partner. Because this single stuff, man, that I'm gonna be honest, that's when you talk about the single, the cheesecake lady and this, that, and the third, the Cheesecake Factory lady and all that, that's cool. That's good for entertainment because you're 100% right, Jeff. Hold on, let me read Kim's. Character equal good relationships, equal connection, equal legacy. That's real. I like that, Kim. Money is the byproduct of good character. It doesn't define you, though. 100%. Damn, Kim, preaching like Jeff, single people keep people single, 100%. And that's what I was gonna say, that that's cool, that's good for entertainment, but that's microwave, dog. See, that marriage that's a whole different ball game. See, if you can't even get the microwave right, how do you really think you're going to go into a marriage? This, that, and the third. We so concerned with the microwave, oh, this, that, and the third, and he got to have this, or he can't take me this well for a date, this, that, and the third. But then when you sit down and talk to the couples that been married forever, we went to Burger King, we went here, we went on a picnic. I met him at Starbucks. Met him here, I met him there, where it wasn't a lot of monetary exchanging involved. But then those are the people that's married longer. Why? Because their relationship is not built on things. They have the bill mindset and not the move-in ready mindset, man. And so I think, honestly, any relationship you get in, whether it's friendship, relationship, whatever the case is, marriage, I think the bill mindset will, all for the long run, is always better than the move-in ready mindset.
Always.
The move-in ready mindset gonna get you. It's gonna get you 1,000 likes, but it's gonna get you. It's not gonna be organic, an organic build.
That's right.
But anything that you build organically, man, always is sustainable. That's across the board. Charlene said most people struggle with. That's true though. Most people struggle with accountability, and that takes a lot. You gotta hold yourself accountable, just like us men. When we in a marriage, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. Look, I messed up. This is the plan, but it didn't go. It didn't
go as planned, but I tried. But look, got another word. Let's pivot.
Yeah,
we gotta do it. We ain't gotta give up. We just gotta pivot.
Right.
Don't work, bro. It's simple. Don't nothing work. If don't nothing work 100% of the time.
No,
you have to pivot. I'm sure people have done it in their life, and that's what life is all about, really, man. You don't do anything. It's just everything that you say you're gonna do gonna work. That's simple as that.
Yeah, me and Charlene talk about it all the time. Every time things are going to plan, we say, okay, it's going to plan. God made this move, that move. He helped us with this. Okay, now what? We know the devil around the corner. Tell him, come on and try. Get his try in.
Yeah, welcome Judas.
Yeah, get his try in right quick. Yeah, and once he see it ain't gonna do nothing, then we're gonna keep on moving forward, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, 100%. I think the build mindset is always better.
Yeah,
so build over moving ready.
I just thought about that. I remember they had that car that only went in reverse. Come on, man. They've been married 40 years. Now look, mama got plethora of cars.
They had a car that only went in
reverse. Boy, hey, MJ. 40 years. 40 years. I know some folks, my in-laws, I 10 stories.
Yeah.
50, I think 51 years now. Come on, MJ.
Yeah.
Come on.
And a lot of their stories isn't gonna be what they have obtained.
That's right.
Monetarily or the tangible things. Is always going to be something morally. Whether Miss Jolly is going to say, I trusted him in spite of what was going through, and Mr. Jolly is going to say, and she stayed with me in spite of.
That's right.
It's not, the monetary and the tangible things are just going to be, when you're telling stories, that just is a part of the success story to show you that, hey, this happened in result of this. Right? Your mother-in-law was with me when I had a 1989 Lincoln, and now she's with that same woman.
That's right.
She hasn't changed her character. She's still with me 50 years later.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? So you bring up monetary, you're supposed to bring up those tangible things. Those are supposed to be nuggets within the story. But it should not be the foundation of your story.
That's right.
That move-in ready, the move-in ready relationships, that's what it is. Those houses and cars and jobs are always the foundation and the meat of their story. Yes. But if you listen to the couples that they had the build relationship, the monetary and the tangible things is only nuggets in their story.
That's right.
They understand what it takes to have a successful relationship.
It's always get the longest.
That monetary thing ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
And they grow old together. Simple as that, man.
Point blank, man.
Whoever died first get everything. Whoever died first, the other person get everything. He gonna leave with everything. Ain't no will. He ain't try to tie his money up in nothing.
Nothing.
She have it because she been with me since the beginning. You best believe I'm gonna take care of. Best believe it.
Come on, man. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? People always, and my wife hate me telling that story about the cheese puffs and the ham sandwich. That is, when they always say, when did you know? I knew, but that was the stamp on it. When we had $6.98 in our check.
Yeah, boy.
Good God, $6.98 in our checking account. And we had this sofa that Charlene's father gave us. Rest in peace to Mr. Charlie Lee is what I call him, Mr. Charlie Lee. He gave us a sofa that was not bleeding with blood, but it was staining our carpet. And her mother gave us a little TV that was about the size of a laptop, and we had to buy groceries, but we couldn't afford to buy the shrimps and the salmons and the crab legs that we eat today.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we this particular night we had to have cold cuts. And Charlene fixed me that plate. Fix my plate.
There you go.
With a ham, she dread that thing. She dread that ham sandwich all right. And she put them cheese puffs on it, brought me the little juice, and we sat on that couch and watched that little TV, and we had the best time. In my mind that night, I said, you know what? It's over with. She didn't treat me less of a man. She knew I had Alan. That's the time I was working 12, 13 hours a day. I would bring it home about $400 every 2 weeks, dog. It was rough. It was rough, dog.
I can remember not having $6 something in the account. I remember pulling and making it negative.
Negative.
It'll be all right. Made it negative to survive.
Yeah.
Oh man, who do that?
Right.
MJ. I know people looking at us like, what they talking about? We would pull the money out just to survive.
Yeah, because you got to pull it out to go negative because you're gonna pay that one-time $35 charge. So you might as well go and pull it out, get that one charge.
You might as well,
yeah. Hey, they don't know about that, dog. Hey, man. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
What God has brought us from.
Right.
I've been married for 14 years. We've been together 17.
Right.
What God has brought us from.
Right.
That's where we are now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I say I know that woman named Kimberly Dion Jolly Reese, who she is, who her character is. Her mom and dad did a great job in raising her. And she's been with me as we continue to build.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get you someone like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't moving ready. I was just a man who was young that knew I had found a wife.
Man,
I knew that the word said that a man that finding a wife has obtained favor. And right now I'm living in my favor, MJ.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's 100%, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't moving ready or bill ready.
But she saw the potential of what
neither one of them are.
But we say, man, just keep working with me.
Yeah,
I'm trying
and I'm sure it's people on here that have similar stories, man, and it's people that know parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles, man, that have similar stories. And I would suggest and submit to people, talk to those people that's been do a survey, man. Talk to the people that's been together long, and I guarantee you, man, most of the stories most of the words of wisdom they're gonna give you, most of the time it's not gonna have a dollar amount attached to it.
It's not.
It's not gonna have that, man. So I would submit to people, and I know my wife helped me telling that ham sandwich. I'm gonna tell if I'm on CNN one day, and they go like,
there's a turning point, but there's a lesson behind it. It's a lesson behind it, MJ. Don't be ashamed. Don't tell Charlene. Don't worry about that store. That store speaks volume.
Yeah, every time I'm gonna say it, she say, "Oh God, he go."
But you talking about a man who has potential, but that's all you had, and she still treated you like a man. She didn't let your situation or where you was in that moment determine if she was gonna treat you like a man because she knew the value in you, and you know the value in her. And because she stuck with you in that moment, you looked at her and you said, "Man, this woman is valuable because she sees through my situation."
Correct.
Kim saw through my situation. She understood that Alan gonna continue to work. He gonna continue to build. He gonna continue to build work. He's serious about his legacy. He didn't found his purpose, and I see his work ethic. When you have a man like that, man, build with him.
Hey man, you 100% right. And I say this, I had a guy in the car today. I got to tell my mom and dad this story that he met Marvin Gaye. He told me the story because he was like, "Hey, Marvin." Then I was like, "Yeah, I'm named Marvin. My dad named Marvin." I said, "And I'm here because of Marvin Gaye." He was like, "Oh, I got to tell you this story." And he told me the story how he met Marvin Gaye. But this is one thing he did. So I was telling, we were talking about granddad, and he said, "I'll tell you this. You are a blessed guy because you found your purpose and legacy in your 30s. He said, most men, he said, like himself, now this man had money. I picked him up at the Four Seasons in the Uber Black. It was about $50. And he left me $25 tip. So just to take him from Four Seasons to the airport, I made about $70. But look, he said he was 62 years old. He said he's been walking in his purpose for 10 years.
Wow.
And he said, but it's the best time of his life. And he said, but you found it in your 30s.
That's right.
He said, cherish that, man. 100% cherish that. And I said, yeah, 100%. I feel honored. I know God has blessed me. You know what I'm saying? To be able to obtain, you know, to what we're doing now. And it's a blessing, man. So ladies out there, if you find a man that is walking in that purpose, man, and he's going in the right direction, stick with him. And fellas, you find that woman, and let's keep it 1,000. Everything ain't perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. Nothing comes ready. You build it to how you want it. You find that woman that's willing to stick by your side, man, and help you out and be right by your side through all of it. Ride with her, man. That's it. Because a lot of times we fumble, dog. We fumble that thing, man.
Somebody picked up with pick 6. Got it.
Oh yeah. Hey man, we gotta go. We got this Zoom.
We got a Zoom to go to.
Yeah, we got a Zoom to go.
About our legacy and our purpose.
Yeah, we got a Zoom. So look, we appreciate y'all joining us, man. We appreciate the support, all the comments, man. Y'all was on one tonight, man. Y'all were preaching. Y'all need to copy and paste this somewhere, write a book.
We gotta keep this conversation going.
Yeah, we might keep going next week. So yeah, we appreciate everybody joining us. Look, keep all the announcements, the church announcements, govern yourselves accordingly. And on the Lineage Podcast announcement. And we'll see y'all next week. Look, y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.